up, though? Welcome to another episode of The Lion's Den. We are on episode number 4. I am your host, Derek Timeless. You can follow me on Instagram at Derek Timeless CEO 313. And this show, The Lion's Den, is a music review show where we review albums and songs and mixtapes, anything music, and we also review movies as well. So, today's episode, you click on her, you see the thumbnail. I was going to review Cardi B's album, Am I the Drama? But with everything that's going on with her right now, as far as her beefing with multiple female rappers right now, most notably Nicki. You know, they've been having their back and forth on X, formerly known as Twitter. I still call it Twitter, but X. Yeah, so I don't really want to review her album because of all the drama around it. It's not really worth reviewing. And then I heard the album, and don't get me wrong, it's not a bad album, but I would say give it a listen to on your time. I may review it in a future episode, but for right now, maybe when the drama dies down, I might review it then. And then I also got a request to review Young Thug's album, UI Scooty or Scuddy. But again, with drama and controversy surrounding this album right now, I'm gonna review it in a future episode as well. So, today's album I'm going to review is by Bryson. It's actually a double album. It's called Solace and the Vices. Not to be confused with Solace, Solace. And I think the definition of that has to deal with planets, but let me look it up real quick, Google it. Definition of solace. Yeah, it says comfort or consolation in a time of distress or sadness. So that makes sense for the first album. But before I get into it, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, turn on the notification bell so you get notified every time I upload my videos. I'm uploading every week. So, peep the shirt today. Viola, another dispensary here in Michigan, in Detroit, that I don't say I frequent it, but I've had products from them, and they're pretty good. They're owned by basketball player Al Harrington. He started this company. He named it after his grandmother, Viola. And if you want to know how I know that information, I used to work for a dispensary that's not around anymore. Shout out to 315 Cannabis. That was one of the best jobs I ever worked. And Al Harrington, he had teamed up with Allen Iverson. And they put out, Al Iverson put out his own strand of weed called Iverson 01. And it was fire. I got to meet Allen Iverson and everything. It was a good day. But shout out to Al Harrington and Viola. If you're ever in Detroit, visit their storefront. It's down off Jefferson, close to downtown Detroit. Definitely check out Viola. So, Bryson Tiller. He is an R&B singer from Louisville, Kentucky. Shout out to Louisville. He got popular in 2015 with his single "Don't" and his single "Exchange." Exchange sampled the song "Swing My Way" by what's the name of that? 1 second. The name of the group is on my tongue and it slipped me. KP and Envy, yeah. So Exchange samples KP and Envy's song "Swing My Way," which was one of the highlight songs on that first album called Trap Soul. Came out in 2015. And I want to say it went 5 or 6 times platinum. I believe it did, or 4 times platinum. You can look it up for yourself, but it's in that range of 4 to 6 times platinum. So yeah, first album came out 2015, Trap Soul. He put out his second album in 2017 called True to Self, which was it was a decent project. I enjoyed it. His third album, Anniversary, came out in 2020, exactly 5 years after the release of his first album, Trap Soul. And it's crazy because he actually put out the deluxe version of Trap Soul in 2015. I mean, not 2015, in 2020. 5 years after the release of the original version. So he put the deluxe of Trap Soul out in 2020 and then turned around with his third album, Anniversary. And he put that out also in 2020. Then after that, he went quiet for 4 years. I know he did do a tour. I know because he came to the Fillmore and I worked his show. But yeah, he was relatively quiet. Like, wasn't really no music coming out from him. That wasn't until last year when he dropped his 4th album, which is self-titled, just called Bryson Tiller. And he dropped that album 9 years after the release of his first album and 4 years after the release of the third album. And now with this album, this double album, Solace and the Vices. So the Solace album is more of an R&B album, and the Vices is more of like he's singing on there too, but he's focusing more on rapping on the Vices. So this project was very, very interesting. Cause like I said, Bryson Tiller does rap, but he doesn't really showcase his rapping side like that a lot. And the idea of this project reminds me of the R&B singer Tyrese back in 2006. He put out a double album called Alter Ego because Tyrese knows how to rap too. And back in the day, his rap name was called Black Tie. Black Tie, before he started going by his real name because he started singing. But yeah, so on Alter Ego, the first album was the R&B, which was Tyrese, and then the second album was the rapping, which was Black Tie. And it was actually a good album. I like the concept of this small alter ego. Like, yeah, I'm Tyrese the singer, and small alter ego Black Tie. So with this one, Bryson Tiller, he didn't do an alter ego thing. He just more so he made one album. He was rapping and singing. Then he made one album. He was just singing. Now, interestingly, the Vices, the rapping album, came out in August of this year, 2025. And Solace came out October 3rd, 2025. So Solace recently just came out. So my overall thoughts of the album, overall critique, I think it's a solid project on both ends. I like the Solace side more because I'm a fan of the R&B Bryson Tiller. His rapping isn't bad, but I like the R&B more from him. The standout tracks on the Solace album would be the intro track Strife. I like the song Crocodile Tears. My favorite song on there from that Solace album is a song called Star Signs. It sounds real, don't want to say it's melodic, but more kind of like kind of upbeat. It reminds me of song can I think of? I compare this song to. I think that would be a bad comparison. But anyway, yeah. So the song "Star Sign" is my favorite song on there, and like I said, if I could pick two more standout tracks I liked on here, I liked I already said Crocodile Tears. I like the song "Genuine," and I like the song "Workaholic" and "No Contest." So for the Solace album, for that side, I'm gonna give it a solid 6 out of 7. Like I said, if I could have a critique of it, I would say he maybe could have maybe added like a couple features on there. But going into the second album, The Vices, where he's focusing on his rapping more, he does have more features on here. He has features from Bossman, D-Lo, Rick Ross, Plies, T-Pain, Baby Drill, and Lil Tyler and Bun B. Now the song with him and Bun B is actually interesting because it's a love song, but it's in the style of like the Houston sound. If you're not familiar with the Houston, Texas sound, look up Chop the Screw. It was started by DJ Screw down there in Houston. So Chop the Screw, they rapping like a real slow down, deep voice, instrumental was slowed down, and it got popular because people down there would drink lean. And, you drink lean, everything slows down. I don't know from experience. I've never tasted lean, and I don't want to taste it, but I've heard stories, I've seen documentaries, and I've talked to people who've tried it, and they're like, yeah, Chop and Screw does work with lean. Also works if you're, if you smoke or whatever. But that's my favorite song on the Vices side. The song he has with Bun B called Burnout. I think that was an interesting feature to feature Bun B on the love song too. Bun B, him and UGK, they're more of that gritty, down south, like late 90s, early 2000s rap. And if you want to get an idea of UGK's sound back then, type in Jay-Z's Big Pimpin'. That features UGK. So yeah, but overall, the Vices, like I said, is more rapping on there. He is singing on there. Like I said, Burnout is my favorite track on there that stood out to me. Another one that stood out was the one with Bossman D-Lo, Cut Ties. The song with Rick Ross, that song sounds like money and wealth. Like, that is a straight up Rick Ross type instrumental. Like, you could just do the Maybach tag all through that song. Like, give that song a listen. That song just make you think of being rich and wealthy. That's how lavish and lush that instrumental is. If you know Rick Ross, those are the type of instrumentals he likes to rap on. Money Shower Interlude wasn't bad, and the song with Lil Tyler wasn't bad either. So those would be the standouts for me. Oh, and the outro track on there called Finished on the Vices side. So for the Vices, I'm gonna give that. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 7 because I don't really. I didn't really care for the rapping like that. Rapping wasn't bad, but I like more of the R&B, Bryson Tiller. I like how they say they like Drake with the melodies. I like Bryson Tiller with the R&B, vibe. But anyway, this overall, I'm gonna give this project solid 5 out of 7 stars. Like I said, there's a couple songs on there I can skip, but for 24 songs, like I said, it's a double album, 12 songs each album. For 24 songs, a good solid 16, 17 of them are really good. So that's a great project, in my opinion. But yep, Solace and the Vices by Bryson Tiller gets 5 out of 7 stars here at the Lion's Den. Give the album a listen for yourself, judge it for yourself. And on that note, like I said, it's a short video. I kind of rambled at the beginning, but that's going to conclude this music review here for today. Oh, before I go, over this past weekend, I went and saw 3 movies. I went and saw The Smashing Machine, featuring Dwayne Johnson, aka The Rock. One Battle After Another, starring Leonardo DiCaprio and Tiana Taylor. And I went and saw this movie called Good Boy. Now, The Smashing Machine is a 10 out of 10. The Rock deserves an Oscar for this role. He's portraying the UFC fighter Mark Kerr. If you're not familiar with who he is, Google Mark Kerr. He's like one of the pioneers of Ultimate Fighting Championship, the UFC. So, yeah, Smash Machine, 10 out of 10. I know The Rock is going for an Oscar for it. I hope he gets it. He deserved it. Go see The Smashing Machine. One Battle After Another. It was a solid movie. It was made by Warner Bros. It was solid. I'm not really a big action movie guy, so I don't personally have to see it again, but it is worth going to see at the movie theaters. It's worth the money. I would say go see it on a movie screen. If you can, go see it in IMAX or go see it in the Dolby surround sound theater where the speakers are turned up to the max and the seat shakes on certain scenes. It's a good experience. And the movie Good Boy was produced by IFC, Independent Film Company, and this horror online magazine called Shudder. They make movies as well. Good Boy, I'm going to give that a solid 6 out of 7 stars. My only critique with that is towards the ending, it got a little confusing, so I didn't really rock with the ending. But Good Boy is definitely another movie that I would recommend going to see at the movies. It's definitely worth the money. All 3 movies I would recommend going to see at the theaters, and you won't be disappointed. But yes, if you can, make your way to your local movie theater. Check out The Smashing Machine, One Battle After Another, and Good Boy. And what was also interesting about the movie Good Boy, the whole movie, it's a horror movie. It's about a haunted house, and the main star is a dog, and the movie's told from the perspective of the dog. So I thought that was a interesting takeover on a horror movie, and it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. Like I said, didn't really like the ending, but it's worth going to see at the movie theaters. I think it's a lot of fun. So anyway, I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm actually about another hour or so. I'm gonna go to the movies to go see Tron Ares in 3D. Yep, I'm a movie and music fanatic. Also, like I said, shout out to our wall right here, as y'all can see. I love this wall. See, this wall is beautiful. But yeah. Once again, my name is Derek Timeless. You can follow me on Instagram at Derek Timeless CEO 313. The TikTok is coming. It'll be here before this month is out. The TikTok is coming. Like I said, like, comment, and subscribe to the Lion's Den. I appreciate you rocking with me and checking out this episode. Share this on your socials. Send it to your cousins, your friends, your auntie, your uncles, whoever you know. If they like music, if they like hearing people talk about them, tell them to check me out. All right. With that being said, I'm Derek Timeless. This has been episode 4 of The Lion's Den. Peace.